Getting caught slipping. Damn it. Oh boy. We're here on this fine, is it Wednesday? Wednesday morning? Oh Jesus. Girl. This is not what it is. Ugh. I'm a little tired, yeah. I'm a little bit sleepy. Luckily, I'm only doing a half day today, so I'll be able to leave a little early. Um, but yeah, so I didn't really know what to talk about. I just did a reaction on my phone, and I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't really understand it. I don't really know. Um, these live streams that I be doing is just to try to keep engagement going so that for the next video, I don't lose a lot of viewers. Yeah. But I'm only going to be on here for about 15 minutes because I got to go in at 8 o'clock. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ew. Oh, the rain stopped too. I want to actually get out there before the rain picks up again because it's raining. It's been disgusting. Like, weather has been so disgusting lately, and I've been very, very irritated about it. It's just a thing. Like, I don't understand. But anyway. What's going on? Oh, yeah. So, people have been sharing a few things. The first thing that I wanted to start off with is this whole thing, like, about August Alsina. And the thing is like, I haven't been the type of person to follow him all that closely. Like, I follow him. Like, when he releases music, I do take the time out to try to listen. But I don't really follow him that closely to know everything that's going on in his personal life. And one thing that I did not know, is that he actually has an autoimmune disease. I did not know that he suffers from an autoimmune disease. I did not know that at all, until I looked it up, and I was like, oh wow, I did not know. Like, that's crazy. That explains so much. It explains his mental state. It explains, why he has like fainted and stuff on stage. It explains a lot, and I feel like a lot of people be clowning him when they really shouldn't be clowning him for something that is like completely out of his control. You know what I mean? And that can do so much to a person. Remember, like, if you followed me for like maybe over a year, if you followed me for that long, then you know that I have a really good friend of mine who is actually like, he actually is living with an autoimmune disease as well. And it's a lot. It really is a lot. You kind of have to change your entire lifestyle, how you eat, what you do, how you do it. The especially like the treatments that you might have to go through and the medications that you may have to take. It is all a lot for someone who has something that is completely out of their control. Autoimmune illnesses don't really work the same way other ones do, because your body is not really, it doesn't really know how to combat it. It's not combating it. It's literally like your immune system is kind of eating away at itself, and it's like your body is eating itself from the inside out. And there's like hardly anything that can be done from within to really help that. You have to get treatments and stuff for it. I'm still not all that versed in all of the knowledge. The only things that I really know are from what I looked up, what I searched, and from what my friend Nelson has actually told me about it. But other than that, I think it's really like, it's really unfortunate. Things like sickle cell and stuff, things that are really out of your control. T-Boz is still living with everything, but I'm proud that that's my birthday twin, by the way. T-Boz from TLC, she's my birthday twin. We're both April 26th Tauruses. But that's the thing, like, she has lived with it so long, and they told her that she wouldn't be able to have children, that she wouldn't be able to live past the age of like, what, 15, 20. So the fact that this person decided, in a whole parking lot that is empty, the fact that this person decided to park right next to me is ridiculous as hell. I'm gonna have to move my car. Scorpio, my boyfriend's a Scorpio. They say that Tauruses and Scorpios are like really like a match made in heaven and hell, because though we have like this genuine connection, there's a lot of toxicity that's involved because of the um because of how headstrong both signs are. Neither one of them will ever really succeed to the other ones. Like it's really weird. It's like you have really great days, but then when you have bad days, the bad days are like horrendous. It's like really, really bad. Like, what the hell was that? Like, he really decided to park right next to me, and there's all of these other parking spaces all over the parking lot that are closer to where he needs to go. I don't understand. I'm over here minding my business. Anyway, let me stop going off. Oh, like I just it's irritating. Like, come on, I'm here minding my business, trying to. More and more people are coming over. I'm gonna move my car. I'm gonna have to move my car, and it's gonna be like, no, because I don't want people up in my face. Like, they're getting out of their cars and they're going to work. Fine, go ahead, just leave me alone. But anyway, back to August Alsina. So, recently he's put out a lot of these cryptic kind of messages, talking about like his last victory lap around the sun and all this other stuff. It's almost like he's like kind of giving up, and I'm really like hoping that it's not gonna be a thing of we're gonna see another headline like August Alsina, you know, God forbid, dead at. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Like, the thing is, it's like he's a talented singer. He's put out some pretty good music. I haven't liked everything. Let's be clear about something. I haven't liked everything, but we are so like people. I guess his fans or whatever, they're always so like on him to put out more music, to do this, to do that. And I mean, some of them really aren't really seeing like the big picture about what's really going on in his life, even though he has shared it. Um, but it's really, really bad. You'll be back. Well, I might not be here within the next like 5 minutes, because I'm trying to get to the next thing really quickly. Um, but yeah, so it's really, really sad to see. He seems like he's just kind of just like existing, but barely. And I don't ever want to see that. Like, my friend he's still fighting, and I would love to see him still fight. Maybe he doesn't have anybody in his corner. Where's Kiki Palmer? Like, last time I checked, Kiki Palmer and him aren't they like close still? I don't know. Like, they used to hang out. Like, we're like, I know she's like busy and stuff, but give your friend August, if they're still friends, give your friend August a call and see how he's doing. Maybe go spend some time with him. I don't know. Like, it just seems like there doesn't seem to be like anybody really in his corner like that, because like every single time I hear about him, it's always on some real depressive shit. Like, I really don't like to see stuff like that in artists that I genuinely cared about in the past. Like, I mean, don't listen to him much now, but I did in the past, and he was probably one of my favorite R&B artists. Um but like, it's so sad to see like how things have become over the course of like the few years that I haven't really followed him that closely. It's just been like a downward spiral, it seems. So I hope that he's doing well, and I hope that whatever he's going through right now, he will, kind of. And if it takes him, quitting music, if it takes him like not doing music anymore for him to actually be able to focus on himself and be happy, then okay. I don't care. I care about people, and I care about what they decide to do for themselves. I don't care about who comes out with the next album. If Brandy, I'll be really sad. If Brandy decides that she doesn't want to do music ever again, I won't be upset. We have a good catalog already. We have an amazing catalog of just great music that we can listen to for the rest of my life. So if she decides tomorrow that she doesn't want to do any more music, I'll be like, okay, I'll be upset, I'll be sad, but I won't hold it against her. Because if she feels like that's not something that she wants to do anymore because of her mental health or because of any reason, then I'm not gonna hold I'm not gonna hold a gun to her head and be like, you better make another album. Like, no, like, we can't do that to people. I feel like artists in the industry really do feel that pressure to have to keep on like pumping out new material so that people either don't forget about them or so that they like, you know, fill out their contracts. A lot of the time it's about the contract, or it's about the fans, because the fans keep on demanding more. We're never satisfied, right? Like how Ariana Grande, oh, well, she did that on her own. I don't think anybody was really asking for Thank You Next, but she did put out 2 albums within a year. You know how like that's crazy to think about, but like she did. And like Rihanna at one point was putting out like an album like every year or every other year. At one point she really was putting out an album every year or year and a half or whatever. I just know that every single time I turned around, they're talking about the new Rihanna album. I said, what the hell? Didn't she just release an album like last week? Like, like it just seemed like she was pumping out album after album. But then like now people are so upset that she's not putting out a new album after Anti. And I'm just like, okay, Anti came out in 2016, right? And it's been quite some time. It's been almost 6 years, and she said that it was supposed to come out in 2019. People got mad at that, but I was just like, okay, but you can't be that upset. She has found new passions and other things, and she's a multifaceted person, so she's gonna have more than just one interest that's in music. She's gonna venture here, venture there, venture everywhere, and find out something that she really wants to do. Listen, she made $1 billion, okay, selling makeup and lingerie. Please, like, come on. Like, I wouldn't care about coming back to music that much either. I would do it for fun, but I wouldn't be as serious with it to like make an album for like commercial consumption. Because I have now like found a way for me to make money doing something else that I love. That's, you know, that's kind of where my life is right now. I understand, but we get so upset when artists or when celebrities aren't doing what we want to do, and they feel the pressure of that, and then they end up like lashing out, or they end up doing something that they may not want to do, but they end up doing it anyway because they're under so much pressure. We have to stop putting so much pressure on these guys. They do work pretty hard to pump out content. Well, some of them do. But anyway, as I talk about famous people, let's talk about famous people, right? And I put famous in quotation marks because there's a lot of people out there who really think that they're famous and they're not. Like they're known, they're infamous, they're known for something, but it's not for anything that anybody would really care about otherwise. Like they're not contributing anything musically, anything to art, anything to the arts, anything to anything. They don't have like any talent or whatever. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like it's not like they're like fashion designers or stylists or something that requires some type of work. Nikita Dragon, stop. I said that I wasn't going to talk about it, but now that you've mentioned it, this bitch really sat up here and tried to demean and talk crap on black women, and like stealing like you tried to hijack a movement. I get so sick and tired. That's a lot. That's like one of my pet peeves. When someone tries to hijack a movement that wasn't theirs to begin with. Black the black LGBT community did not ask for your help, ma'am, and we don't need it. We didn't ask for your help. We don't need it. And then like people want to get all defensive because she did this music video called Dick, like for the song that she has called Dick, and I was just like, this is so like trash. It's so trash. Like the song itself sounds okay, but like it's kind of trash. The message behind it really seems like it's trying to do something, but then when you turn around and you shit on the people that are actually trying to sit up here and support you, it's kind of crazy. And she's talking about people like stealing her looks and stuff, and then one of the people is like Asian Doll. Asian Doll comes after her ass, and tells and like, you know, what the things that she says was coming off kind of transphobic, but at the same time you decided that you were going to come for her and demean her character. And so she did make a point to say, hey, you know, if it weren't for black women, you guys wouldn't really know who to portray yourself as. And the thing is that Nikita Dragon, if it was somebody else calling out Asian Doll, I would be like, okay, fine. But since it was Nikita, I'm just like, you kind of asked for it because you decided that you were going to put yourself in the middle of something that has nothing to do with you. You are not a black trans woman. You are a trans woman Yeah, it's sad to say. I hate to side with someone who was, who said something like the way that she's like she misgendered Nikita, and a lot of them really do turn away. Like, and I hate to say it, a lot of our black women, they do tend to do that. They will turn around and be like transphobic or homophobic towards someone who comes at them. But like, if you are coming at somebody a certain kind of way, then it's to be kind of expected, but it shouldn't be. Like, that shouldn't be your line of defense. It shouldn't be your line of defense to do that. But it was done, and honestly, I can't be all that upset at her because she was antagonized. Like, what made you want to use images of her on your video and then try to say that she's stealing your looks, she's doing this, she's doing that? What would make you say something like do something like that and then expect to not get retaliation? You don't really understand. Nikita Dragun is a loser, just like Amanda said. Like, she's just always like, it's a shame because she's a pretty girl. Okay, and but the thing is like, she's always getting herself like involved in mess. It's always some mess. It's either the super tanning of the skin, pretty much doing blackface, because like on a regular basis I don't believe that she is that dark. um but I'm not going to say that completely, because I have seen darker skinned Asians. There are Asian people who are, and I'm talking about specifically Southeast Asian. There are some Southeast Asian people who are like my complexion. And they're not even, it's not even that they're mixed with anything. It's just that they've spent a lot of time in the sun, or just runs in their background. I've seen a lot of Thai, a lot of Filipino. A lot of them are can be like darker toned. Even some Japanese people I've seen are darker toned. But like, there is a huge like difference. Sometimes she looks darker than me. I'm just like, where did all the melanin, did it just like drop out and come back? Like, what? Huh? Did you get what? I don't understand it. I don't understand it sometimes. And then some of the things that she be saying, I'll just be like, okay, well, you're trying to, you know, we appreciate support from any allies, but then when you're going so hard, um, and not, and then not, when you're going so hard and nobody else that is actually in the group of people that you're trying to defend is actually doing anything or saying anything or upset about anything, then it just makes it look like you're being performative, and it's just like stupid to me, because absolutely nobody tried to. And then you're like, oh, I have my trans friends are look better than all of you cis women. Like, when you say something like that, you should expect to get the crap beat, like to get the crap like read out of you. Like, you should have expected that reading. You really should have expected it. If you're gonna sit up there and be so like just disrespectful. Nobody, no, absolutely nobody was coming that way at all. Absolutely nobody was feeling the way that you must have been feeling. I don't understand it at all. And then you're gonna try to like put black people in it. We didn't co-signing that. We didn't say nothing to Asian about. Are we back? Is it? Hello? Okay. This thing is so stupid. Um, right. And that's where I'm like, there's so many trans women coming to Nikita's defense. What? Who is behind me? There's so many trans women coming to her defense, and I'm just like, a lot of this stuff doesn't make any sense to me. It really don't. It really don't. I'm trying to see now. I have to move. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, a lot of trans women are coming to her defense, and I understand like you guys want to stand in solidarity, but this is not a battle that you want to fight. I'm telling you right now, this is not a battle that you want to fight. This woman was blatantly being anti-black, but trying to stand up for black people while being anti-black, and being like, come on now, that was misogynoir if I've ever seen it. Like, you're gonna literally sit there and say that, oh, all my trans friends are like the most beautiful creatures in the world. You can say that, but they don't have to say in the next sentence that they look better than all of the cis women. I've never seen a cis woman look as good as my trans friends. Oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go. I've never seen a trans woman. I've never seen a cis woman. I've never seen it. Hold on, she said a cis female look better than any of my trans friends. I'm like, that's coming from a place of malice. You really can't be saying all of that and expect. Oh, I don't want to be here. I just pulled it. I was just like, nah, man, this ain't it. Right. You can't expect them to not feel a way about the way that you're coming is just disgusting to me. In other news, Ari, oh god, not this motherfucker. In other news, this big ass Escalade. Go ahead. Listen, I need to get my car. I need to pump up my car game because all of these people have nice cars around me, and I'm sitting here in this thing. I mean, it's it gets me from point A to B, and that's all I can. And she gonna park right in front of me, girl. All right, so we're almost done. So Ari, you need to go and stop pretending like lately she's been smelling her own shit, and then I guess she smells roses and not caca. Because she has really been out here talking about some, y'all put way too much pressure, y'all be expecting too much from famous people, and whatever I give, you should just like eat what I serve, or something that she said. I'm just like, Ari, be quiet. Because, and then like the thing is, it's like she's always on the defense. She is always on the defense. Look at her powdering her face. Go ahead, girl. Um, get all that grease, cause you didn't wash your face today. Let me stop. She gotta make sure she looks good, nice and powdery, nice and white. But why in the world are you sitting up here being like problematic as hell? You're always on the defense because people are always calling you out for just being G Herbo's baby mama. Like, I didn't realize that, having sex with a rapper and having children with a rapper, it made you like, what? Like, I didn't know that made you famous. I thought that, in order to be famous, you had to be like an actor, an artist, a musician, have some type of talent, or at least a business that's mainstream. She ain't got no real like business. Like, what does she do? Model for Jisoo Woo? Like, that's all I've really seen her do is model for Jisoo and like Shane Justin or whatever. I don't really know like any. She just models on Instagram. She posts photos and she looks cute. She does which is okay, fine if you're gonna be a model, but then be a model. Be quiet and be a model. Don't be so up in it. Because, like, you got the models that are famous. Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks and stuff. Crazy as she is. You have a lot of models that are, the Gigi Hadids and everything. And, their talent is being able to walk the runway and look fabulous. That's what they do. That, and you know what? That takes talent. Not everybody can do it. I definitely can't do it. I definitely can't walk a runway and look as good as they do. So, okay, fine. But do that. You are what else do we know you for besides being with G Herbo? Right? And that's the thing. Sometimes I forget it's G Herbo. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, is it G Herbo or is it this person? Like, I can't even remember sometimes who the hell she was with. That should tell you right there that it doesn't really matter. Like, who the hell? Like, no. But anyway, that's going to be it. I don't really want to spend too much time on Miss Ma'am, even though I named the video after her and put her picture up there. I only wanted to just mention, like, how ridiculous it is. And it's funny because the Neighborhood Talk put famous in quotation marks just like I did. And I died because I'm just like, I mean, I'm glad that they realized that this girl ain't famous. Like she's known and she is famous, but like she doesn't contribute anything. She's contributed nothing to the industry or to art, to any, excuse me, to anything. So I really don't understand where famous comes from. That famous people are famous because they have done something to contribute to pop culture in a positive way, usually. Usually. I mean, even if you were a reality TV star, I would give you a little bit more than you don't even do that. So I don't understand where this delusions of grandeur that you have, that you are a famous person, you lay down on a bed and you took a rapper's penis. So look, that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, let me get out of here because that's my senior looking at me.